Hi everyone! For this short, sweet segment, I want to show you the importance of primer. So what I did, I took a tangerine and a Sharpie and I put a line across it. That way we know which side has the primer, which side does not have our primer. I took our Touch Glorious primer and I'm going to apply a small amount onto one side of our tangerine. Now I want to note a tangerine in no way, shape, or form is equivalent to our skin. I'm slowly using the tangerine because of its rough texture, because I want you to visually see what primer can do. So if a primer can do this for a tangerine, imagine what it can do for your skin. Alright, so I'm scribbling the video to go a little bit faster as you see me apply evenly and smoothly primer on one side of the tangerine. So right now I set the timer for 5 minutes because you want to let the primer set before you start applying foundation on top. So you want to give it a chance to kind of dry and do its magic on your skin. And I am fast forwarding this video quickly so that the 5 minutes can go by fast. You'll be able to see the time in the background. And while we're waiting, let's talk about why primer is very important. So other than keeping your makeup on all day, keeping your foundation on all day, primer also helps the makeup go on much more smoother. It will shrink your pores. It controls oil. It prevents creasing, so you don't look like you had a long day at the end of the day. And it reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So primer is not only good for those with dry skin, as you know. With those with dry skin, your pores, your lines, your wrinkles tend to be accentuated with foundation. But with primer, it will even it out. But primer also helps for those with oily skin because it will control the oil for you as well. Okay, now that the microwave has beeped, the 5 minutes is up. I'm going to come back and now I am going to use our Mineral Touch liquid foundation. You may have heard some of us call it Photoshop in a bottle or liquid gold. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to shake it up, that way all the ingredients can mix together and activate beautifully. And I'm only going to place 5 drops using the dropper on each side to keep it controlled. So our liquid foundation comes on like liquid, but it leaves a nice matte, powdery finish on your skin. Okay, a tangerine is different. So right now I'm spreading the foundation evenly on the side with primer, and I just want you to see how it's all gliding on top. I want you to see how smooth the application is. I want you to notice how it is going over those pores versus sinking into those pores. So we're not accentuating any of the bad stuff here. If anything, we're doing a good job at covering. So now let's go on the side with no primer. Do the same thing, 5 drops. And now I'm going to spread that across the side with no primer. And I want you to notice here, okay? Just notice how the foundation is still gliding across, but look at how it's sinking into what would be those pores on our skin. So it's not reducing any type of lines. If anything, it's attenuating it. So again, look at the left side. It's the side with no primer. And the right side is the side with primer. And look at that massive difference. So here we are on the side with primer. Look how smooth the application is, how it's doing a good job at coverage. And then look at the side with no primer. It still came on smooth, but look at how we can clearly see those pores compared to the side with primer. So if you ever wonder, is primer important? Is it an essential item? The answer is absolutely yes. Do you want the side where your pores are accentuated, invisible, or do you want the side where everything's kind of glid on and disappeared and hidden and everything looks beautifully?